Okay, y'all. Last live, right? We was doing, okay, I did my facial, right? And we listened to the recording, right? Y'all remember? We listened to the recording. Okay. Now, y'all know I said we're going to listen to the recording, and then that was going to give me a little bit more clarity about how I wanted to end book 2, right? How I wanted to end Objectified. Okay. So I'm thinking about this, and I'm thinking like this is a major breakthrough, okay? Hold on, let me get on the plate. Let me start the plate. Y'all got your vibration plate yet? Okay, let me, let me shake out this idea. Okay, here's what I'm thinking. Okay, so y'all know how Provoked, right? How Provoked had episodes, right? So Objectify does not have episodes. Okay, so like Provoked. Okay, excuse me first of all because I got my Invisaligns in. Okay, but just bear with me here. Okay, so y'all know how Provoked had episodes, right? So remember the first episode's dissonance first it was the prologue and all that stuff, right? Intro, all that, right? Then first episode, dissonance, and it goes on and on and on, okay? Ooh, these things are irritating. But anyway, okay. So the way I titled each of those episodes, okay, like was strategic. Okay. It was strategic. It was like purposely done that way. Okay. Because now you're gonna have to go back and look at it for yourself, right? And like kind of soak this in because like this is all about discernment, y'all. So like think about this, like looking beyond the surface level, okay? Right? We're going deep here. We're doing some critical thinking, we're doing some critical analysis here, okay? So you gotta bear with me here, okay? Because like this is deeper than just finishing the book. It's also about that growth and that transformation, right? So that's how book 2 needs to end, right? Because I mean, I'm sure you guys can see. I mean, like this is happening in real time. I know y'all can see that there has been a transformation, right? In me, right? Y'all can see that. Y'all can see my growth. I mean, if you don't know, go to my YouTube page. I have like several YouTube pages, right? Delores the pastor's daughter, Delores the discerner, and the school of discerners, right? On YouTube. So y'all can go to any of those pages. I'm on live on those pages right now. Okay. So I have grown, I have transformed, right? Like this is not even like I mean, this is beyond growth. This is transformation. This is like totally different, totally like um n- like fully walking in your purpose, you know? And to me, like that's a transformation, you know? Because it's like when you fully walk in your purpose, it's like your mindset, your like your movements, your like everything changes, right? And that's how this has been from book 1 to book 2, right? And getting to this ending of book 2, and I'm thinking that what I need to do is bring in those same episodes, right? Those same episodes that we had in book 1, right? In Provoked, right? You know how we separated it in episodes. So we're going to bring those episodes in and show that contrast. Oh, this is so good. This is good, y'all. This is good. That's it right there. Like it's gotta be right. Like that just it feels right, sounds right. It's like it like I think this is gonna work, right? Because remember, y'all I was trying to tell y'all like how we're gonna end book 2 is like we have to like put a close to book 1 because remember book 1 ended with to be continued, right? So Provoke ended with to be continued. Let me show y'all. Let me show y'all again, child, because I gotta keep y'all informed, child. I gotta keep you informed. All right. So this right here, that was book 1, right? That's book 1 Provoked, right? Everybody's following along here, class. Okay. Now, book 2, Objectify, right? That's what we're on right now. But see, what we got to do is we got to put a close to book one. We have to, because it's no longer unfinished business. It's no longer like, we're no longer getting triggered. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's not even a word that we even like. We're not using that word unless we're talking about some pum pum. You know what I'm saying? Unless we at practice. You know what I'm saying? And we got to pull that thing. But like, no, we're not triggered anymore, right? Because we are in total control um of our emotions. Like, we have discernment, so we know, like, we have to keep that stuff in check. We have to give it the right amount of weight. We have to think things through. You know what I'm saying? We have to analyze the situation. We have to read the room. We have to read between the lines, right? We know this. Like, we are we are of the understanding that discernment is our secret weapon. It's our thing. That's what we need. And that is going to get us where we need to be in life in every area of our lives, right? As long as we are using our God given gift of discernment, right? We've already established that. But see, that's what has transformed so much, right? Because in book one, and y'all heard this in a recording, he was like, "You don't even know who you are," right? When he was telling me, "I don't know who I am." That's why I told y'all it's dangerous not to know who you are, right? Because when you don't know who you are, right, then the devil gets to tell you who you are, and you're gonna believe it. You're gonna believe it, you know. So, like, you have to seek God for your purpose, and and knowing who you are, and that was the danger there, because my father underestimated my relationship with God, right? So when he did all his thing, when he tried to do all his manipulating and and all the things, it wasn't hitting on nothing. It was like I see you. You know what I'm saying? Like, we see each other, you know? Like, I see you deceiving and you see me discerning, you know? And that's how like book one left us there. Like, it left us on this like cliff, you know? Of like, what's going to happen between me and my father, and I didn't even know at the time like what's going to happen. It was just like I'm in the middle of this, I'm in the middle of this, whatever is going on, this storm, this spiritual warfare, whatever, you know and I'm understanding that, but I'm also like understanding that um I can't wait until it's over, like completely over, to write about it. You know what I mean? Like, some things people have to see, like, right then, like kind of in the moment. You have to like see it and feel it like in real time, right? Because when you are like really building that discernment muscle, it's like you have to exercise it in real time, real situations. Like, don't make up stuff. You know what I mean? Like, don't make up scenarios where you like have to, you know what I'm saying? Like life is gonna give you what life is gonna give you, you know? So your thing is like you wanna know what is happening. You wanna know what's happening spiritually, you wanna know what's happening in the world, you know? You wanna know what God is doing and what your part is. And if you look at how the world is set up, it's like everything is set up to deceive you. Like, everything is set up to like for your downfall, you know? So you have to ask like God to like sharpen your discernment so that you don't fall for this stuff, that you're able to like sift through and know what's like truth, and know like how to analyze stuff, and know when you're being deceived, knowing people's like tricking you and manipulating you. Like, you need to know that. But they've gotten so crafty with it, and these religious ones, they'll use the Bible, they'll use your spiritual beliefs against you. Like, they use it, and then it's like then they've twisted it, and then now you're even confused. Like, you don't even know what's right anymore. You're just falling for it. And I can't stand that, y'all. Like, I cannot stand that, because it's like that's what's like the one real thing we have is our relationship with God, and like to think that sometimes it's the people that's closest to you that is like actively like trying to separate you from God, from your relationship with God, from really building yourself up and like and really walking in your purpose and building the kingdom. And like sometimes they make it seem like they're doing it and they have all the right intentions. Just like a lot of these things that we're all attached to, all these programs that are going away and all that stuff, right? Like we have to admit that sometimes that stuff started with good intentions, and then like toxic people, demonic people, they come in and then they just pervert everything. So that means that we have to have, like, our discernment needs to be on point where we know how to protect ourselves from these things. But I don't know, I don't ever want to make it seem like it's, like we're just being reactive, or that everything is all just like fear-based, because it's really not. Like, I don't want it to always sound fear-based. I mean, you want to make the best decisions in your life, even when there's nobody trying to deceive you. Like, you just want to make the best decisions in your life. You want to do right by the people around you. You understand that your decisions affect more than just you. And like, there's some of us who think about that. We think about how our decisions affect each other, in generations to come. Like, we think about that. But I think we're raising a generation where we don't encourage our youth to think about that. We don't encourage them to think beyond today, beyond the moment. you know they don't think at all. And it's just like it's so dangerous. But it's like it's hurtful, like, even more because sometimes it's the people that's closest to you, people who you just never think would do that. People in leadership, or people in that profess to be so spiritual, and you or family, and you just have this automatic trust for them because of their position, and they exploit that. And it just breaks my heart that it's like that. So my position is, first of all, I want to expose it, right? So every other daughter doesn't have to deal with this. Or maybe she's just a little bit smarter about how she moves about in the world. My father taught me a lot of good things. He wasn't all bad, but there was some things that he did wrong, and I am holding him responsible and accountable for those things. I don't believe that it's right for me um, to take it out on those that I love, like my husband and my kids, and in every other relationship that I have. But that's what a lot of us are doing. That's what a lot of y'all are doing. Y'all are like not holding the people accountable who actually hurt you. You're holding everybody else accountable. Everybody else is suffering around you. And it's about time that we like call people to the carpet that we want to hold accountable for things. And as long as, like, when we do that, it prevents these things from continuing to happen. Um, so we have to think about it in a prevention type way and not just reactive. So we're going to analyze this even more, the recording, but I want y'all to go back and listen to it. And you can fast forward it past me talking or whatever, but I'm just giving y'all some backstory in the video. And I want y'all to just listen to it and ask God to give you a discerning ear so that you can hear the manipulations and you can hear the different tactics that people are using on you. The tactics don't change. Like it doesn't change. It just ends up being a different person, or it comes through a different way, but the tactics themselves don't change. I mean, this is the same tricks that if you are a spiritual person, it's the same tricks that devil has been pulling this entire time. Hey, babe. Hey. Do you have that cord? I got you. The new little one? Hold on, let me get off the live, okay? Okay. Hey, y'all. Phil just came in, so I'm gonna talk to him. I love you guys, and I'll see y'all tomorrow. Okay, love y'all. Bye bye for now.